I'm Angie here to recap what happened in today's D&D session. This week, I started a new campaign in the little town of Ghostwood, and that's where the adventurers found themselves, was just outside a village that had been raised by orcs. Pretty typical, I know, but anyway, we had a barbarian dragonborn today and a cleric human. They found the town, and were almost immediately... Well, of course the barbarian went ahead and fought the orcs. And then hobgoblins came up and handcuffed one of them. The other one's passive wisdom was a little higher, so, he didn't get caught. So one had dropped his shield to fight the orcs earlier and was thrown into a cave. Now, I'm eating. Hobgoblin warns that has an eye patch and a notch out of his ear. His name's Barty. I don't think the party has learned that yet, but he looks and says, "I got my eye on you." So yeah, basically, the barbarian is trying to solve everything with muscle. Meanwhile, the cleric's thrown into the cave. Unless it was the barbarian. I think it was... No, the cleric was trying to chase someone else down. The barbarian's thrown into the cave, and he runs into a drow named Kaysen. Kaysen has been living in this cave for God knows how long, because he's a wizard, so all of his books are on the other side of the cave and are being guarded by a drider. They bribe the drider, and she gives them some loot. Brings it back to the drow gives them some loot. It's a pretty good situation. And then the drow fights the leader of the orcs, a half-orc named General Miltz. And then the barbarian ends up intervening, and it was kind of all over the place, because it's basically session 0, and I didn't really have... I was kind of trying to stretch it out, and I know I'm eating my pasta. Oh yeah, also that, the drow gave them lots of wisdom, such as, warning them about a warlock named Markov 0, and... Yeah, they got... Well, that was in the cave still. They got, one of the players got a Volo's Guide to Monsters that was somehow in that cave. How does loot work anyways? And then they were carted off. Anyway. I don't know where it was, but there's a spider on the back of my leg. Tried to get my pasta, I think. But important characters for you following this campaign include Kaysen, the drow wizard, General Miltz, the half-orc. The drider's kind of important. Tarlig, aka Thunder, one of the orcs. Or no, he's a Goliath. Well, these guys, anyway, all of these big guys are called the Murins. They're basically a gang. There's pirates, raiders, all sorts of nasty people. Sadistic, if you will. I don't know, I just got spooked so bad. Anyway, they got carted off to a different town. There's a foggy dock. A giant orc dressed like a pirate captain tells him thank you. He tells Barty, the eye patch hobgoblin, thank you. And then, I need to start recording my campaigns. And of course, there was this is also important. A druid named Rari was trying to follow them with her eagle. Her eagle scratched one of the orcs in the face, and then they left because they got shoved away. Yeah. And then they were on the boat, freed to prison. They got the shackles off. A dwarf got freed. That was below decks. Yeah, and the barbarian tried attacking some of the pirates, and then they spotted a sea monster. The cleric frantically tried to get their armor back on in time, but luckily the dwarf came by and helped. The barbarian ended up throwing somebody overboard, one of the orcs. Yeah. And then I had to end the campaign. This is just the short and sweet version of it. I'll try to record what happens next week when I have more than 2 players. Also, I had to go, at the beginning of this video, I had to go show off my Fallout New Vegas poster I got off a Wish. This is Angie. Tune in for more exciting D&D stuff. I'll try to tell it in the less monotone voice. Spider spooked me out and I had a long day today.